Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign-on bonus. Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k. We match it up to 4%. Get you home regular. Good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first. You're not just a number. We know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned. Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop.
In a shop?
A shop. My man, you made it.
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign on bonus. Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k. We match it up to 4%. Get you home regular. Good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first. You're not just a number. We know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned. Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop.
In a shop?
I am excited. We're going to talk about some food. I think Dr. Douglas is supposed to be coming by. We're going to talk about that. And we're just going to talk about having a good life and enjoying life. When I got here this morning, Destin had a Bible verse for me. And I told him, he asked me that I had one. I said, yeah. He said, well, I just had one. I said, well, let's just use yours. And you know, you can always send your Bible verse right to us. But his mind was on Matthew's, let me make sure here now, Matthew 6, and he actually had two verses, and I thought they was real fitting. He had 33 and 32, because we sometimes, as humans, we forget this. But it reads, keep on then seeking first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things, all these other things will be added to you. So never be anxious about the next day, for the next day will have its own anxieties. Each day has enough of its own troubles. And when Dustin walked off, he said, day by day. And my special guest this morning is going to be talking about this food. He says, 2 days you can't worry about. You know, the older I get, the more I learn. And he said, that's yesterday and the day before and the next day. That's pretty good. He said, you can't worry about them. But you know, I keep telling you, the older I get, the more I learn. And my mom and dad and them always used to say stuff. My mama was an educator and she taught school. And she told me one time, she was getting on me. And I could still remember this. And I didn't understand it. I was like, what's this old woman talking about? But she said she had nothing against somebody that act a fool. She said she didn't have nothing against them. She just would stay out their way. But she said she had a deep problem with an old fool. Well, I thought, a fool is a fool. But she said an old fool ought to learn something along the way. And so I can't wait till one day when the resurrection and I get to see her again. I'm going to tell her, I learned, Mama, as I went along, I learned. So always be willing to learn things and look at new things. You know, I'm always talking about trucking because that's what we do. But I can remember back when the trucks had a little switch on it, you could turn it to manual and it would keep running. Truck get where it won't crank, first thing we tell a driver, turn it on manual, switch it on manual. It wouldn't cut off. You'd have to choke that sucker down. Now they got computers that they plug up to them and tell you what's wrong with it. It forever excites me. Forever excites me, the modern technology. I don't know all of it, but I like learning it. That I can't learn. It's good to have grandchildren. You can say, come here, fix this for your granddad. Imagine Dustin is getting that part too, because he got a big family now. So anybody with kids, they don't have to worry about the electronics. Just call one of them. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with our first guest, and we're going to talk about some of the best, and I say this with all honesty, some of the best camp stew you want to eat. And I'm going to tell you now, if you're not there early, you won't get none. I never will forget, I was going to Tennessee to see my wife, and not my wife, and I wanted to carry them some camp stew, and I forgot to get it. And Derek Thompson, I never will forget it, Derek Thompson gave me his. He said, well, you know, I'm going to give you mine. So what I'm trying to tell you is be there early and get it. And this guy's going to tell us all about it. He's going to tell you what time to get there. But one thing I like to talk about when I talk about Spring Hill Volunteer Fire Department, we're going to talk more with them, but I just want to say it so y'all won't think he coached me into saying that. These prices, this group in the IGA, they always keep their things where family can afford it. And I'm a family man. I always look at that. Although all my kids are grown, but I got grandkids. And their Boston butts are $30. Ladies and gentlemen, they're not making much off that. That's a good price. For a good Boston butt, all you got to do is pick it up, take it home, sit on the table, and put a knife to it. Their camp stew, a quart is $10. You ain't going to beat that. A barbecue plate is $8. There's nowhere that you can go get that at that price. And that was that price last year. And I just think that they do such a phenomenal job of keeping things affordable. We're going to talk about some of those things. We're going to talk about what the fire department does. And I'm excited about it. I get excited about it every year. I like being a part of it, and it's a good cause. Many people may not know this, but when I was in high school and was growing up, I was burnt out. We was burnt out, and that's something. That's when you look down at yourself and that's all you got. Because our house burnt to the ground. I never will forget that. And so, you need a fire department. Sometimes I buy my guys a Boston butt because I try not to eat a lot of that stuff, but I always donate to it because it may be you that they come and see about. We'll be right back after this break.
Oh, shop! My man, you made it.
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now this is green grass, this is green money. $1,000 sign-on bonus, Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k, we match it up to 4%. Get you home regular, good equipment. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we do what we say. Come join the best today. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first. You're not just a number, we know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, family owned, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best.
Well, we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I got two very special guests, and I'm going to start to my left, and I'm going to say, give me your name and why are you here? Tell us all about it.
My name is Jeff Helms. I'm with Spring Hill Volunteer Fire Department, and we've got a barbecue coming up March 3rd, March 4th, where we'll sell camp stew, plates, and whole Boston butts. And,
Okay. What's your name, like I don't know?
My name is William McCormick.
Will, tell me what you do at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Well, I work around the shopping yard. If truckers come in, they about out of time, I drop the trailers, put the truck in inspection lane, and I help the truckers when they need some help, and I try to get the trucks in the right department to get worked on.
Well, let me tell you something, and I tell you this a lot on the yard, but I want to tell you right here live on TV, I appreciate you. I see the things you do. I see you going around and trying to help drivers and assist them, and you don't know how much that means to me and how much it means to the Wiley Sanders Truck Lines for the job you do. When you're as big as we are, it's like a puzzle. You ever seen a puzzle? It don't look good to what?
It's together.
All of it is together. So the truck lines is like that. It's like a puzzle, and every person has got their spot, and you do good at your spot. I see you in the morning time, and you be straightening the ready line up and keeping things neat. And I tell a lot of drivers, I say, go see the guy with the hat. Go see the guy with the folded hat. Go see the guy with the folded hat. 'Cause I'm bad at names, but man, thank you for what you do. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. He's a man of his word. He told me in the shop, he said, when you gonna let me do something, Hoss? I said, you can do it Monday. He said, okay. I said, 8:30 on the show. And I was just talking, William, but you would. You was sitting. He come down there this morning to my office and he went, and I was like, you know, and I'm running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I'm trying to get these buckets. I'm trying to get everything. I'm trying to get the drivers going. But I appreciate it. So I'm going to give you a choice because I got to let the fire department man do one. And I'm waiting on Dr. Dugas hoping he comes. But I'm going to give you one. What division do you want to pull? You can pull the band. I can't let you pull the shop because you work in the shop. And you might pull your name. Boy, that'll look rigged. So you have the band division. You have the bulk division or the dump division. Which one would you like to pull?
The van.
Gonna pull a van. All right. And so he wants to pull a van. He wants to pull a more big truck. All right. Let me get it. Look like I would have been more prepared. All right. Shake it up real good. And hand it to you. You hand it to him. Don't look in it. Pull the top off of it. I got it sealed tight, but me and Dale, we keep that stuff. Hold before you pull that. Did you get Thomas Hicks? Okay, right now, throw them in there. That's what I like about live TV. Put the top back on. We had one dispatcher, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Hicks, did not have his. Bring that back to me. Let me shake it up again. Yeah, thank you, Dale. Well, that's all right. Everybody saw us put the top back on. Everybody see me shake. Yeah. They're shaking. It's going all around. It sounds like popcorn. You gonna make popcorn? You gotta have some popcorn at the barbecue.
We should.
Huh?
Yeah, we
You gotta have some
should.
popcorn down at the barbecue. All right, here we go again. Close your eyes. Dun 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 dun. Dustin, you gotta get us a drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. All right, don't watch your mouth. All right. Oh, you pulled two. I'm just gonna slide one back. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Wow. Bree Richardson. Bree Richardson. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bree Richardson. Bree has, let me tell you a little something about Bree. She's the type of driver. If she's got 2,500 miles, and let me tell you something, 2,500 miles on a truck is,
Oh, I know.
you stepping.
Yeah.
You stepping. She's mad. She wants 3,000 miles or better. She runs her little Qualcomm, it's about this big. She runs it to the fullest. To the fullest. Never seen nobody that run as hard as she runs. I like to tell a little story about her. I kind of keep up with people the best I can. I went to Trenton Technical College to talk to them, trying to recruit. And I never will forget this day. Bree followed. I always tell people, because sometimes people have personal stuff going on. And so what I say is, now look here. If you got something personal you want to ask me or something, I'm going to hang around. I'm not leaving when I leave here. I'm going to hang around. But this particular day, I was in a hurry. And so when I was leaving, I was kind of getting on. And she come out and she said, you said you weren't going to leave in a hurry. I said, I'm not. I said, I'm not. And she wanted to know a simple question. And I thank God that I could give her an honest answer. She wanted to know if she came to Wiley Sanders Truck Line, could she make money? That was the one question she had. Was we gonna treat her right and could she make money? She said she changed her career for the fact of when she was in the restaurant, cooking business. And she said she's changing careers. She saved up. I love people when they have these stories. She saved up her money to go to truck driving school, but she wanted to pick a company that would be beneficial to her. And I told her yes, and I told her what we had and everything. When we called, you got to give rest. When we called where Bree was working at, I'll never forget what the guy told us. He said, whew, I'm so sorry to lose her. He said, I just can't pay her. Everybody got what their business, what they can afford. He said, I just can't afford to pay her what she was. He said, she'll outwork anybody y'all gonna have. That girl's a working girl. I don't pick and choose. I'm not gonna say she outworks anybody, but I'm gonna say that she's a working girl. She get with it. She get with it. And she got 2 dogs. And I admire her for this. I'm not a big dog person, but my wife has one. But she's got a dog that's handicapped. And she sold her car to get the dogs.
Wow.
Before she come to work with us. And I always joke with her. I said, now, if you've been, well, she done bought her car. And I said, if you've been working with us, you wouldn't have had to sell your car. Because I tell people, when I think of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, I think of my home. I think of my groceries. I think of my clothes. Money ain't everything. But my granddaddy said, if you get without it, you'll find just out how many things it is. It turns into lights. It turns into groceries.
Exactly.
So I always say that. Man, I appreciate you coming here and pulling that ticket. I'm going to get you on back to work. But is there any driver out there you want to speak to? You married? You want to say hey to your wife or anybody?
I just say to all my friends, everybody, y'all have a blessed day. And God loves you. And if you need a job, call Wiley Sanders. We're looking for somebody that's a good driver around the shop. If you're willing to work, and I'm sure they got a place for you.
That is so heartfelt. You know, I never knew you until you came to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. But I watch people, because that's my job, is to watch people and to learn. And you have been the same ever since you came. You have been willing to help. I have been out there several times. The driver's truck be blocking. I just beg for you and ask you to bag one out, and you always do it. So, man, just keep up the good work. We need more people like you. Thank you for what you do for Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break.
Today, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh, man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop.
In a shop?
A shop. My man, you made it.
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana,
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana,
North Carolina and South Carolina.
Ohio and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company that can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%.
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. Some companies may tell you that the grass is greener. At Wiley Sanders, we know the grass is greener. Been in business since 1959. That's not green. It's not green. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, this is green grass. This is green money. $1,000 sign on both Blue Cross Blue Shield. 401k, we match it.
Mr. Helms, we're back with you now. Let me ask you something. Do you have people that help you on the volunteer fire department that lets you that you see? Do you have people that work with you that you can tell that they're really on board to help you?
Yeah, mostly the members is doing the barbecue. Some of the people that live in the community will come help us. So, but yeah, we're all on the same page when it's time to get that done. So, and it's always been a good fundraiser, and they've done it. I'm not a founding member of the fire department, but they were doing this when they first started around 1985. So it's been a long process.
Well, the gentleman we just had on, I watch him because a lot of his work involves, in front of my office, and the guy's just always willing to help, and you just need people like that.
Oh yeah, at times in your life you need help, and hopefully that's where we step in and help people. When we get called out to something, somebody's having a bad day.
Yes.
And if we can do something to help their day a little bit better, then that's what we're there for.
And when you think about the fire department, y'all are one of those particular jobs that nobody really wants to see you, but they need you, and they do see you.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home and the fire truck is in my yard, but I know I need it there if I got a fire.
Yeah, they call 911 for help, and when you get there, you're their help.
You're their help.
So that's you need to be ready for whatever you need to do for them.
Yes, and when you say volunteer fire department, when I think of that, I think of this fundraiser. Dustin, could you pull up on her? And when I look at this fundraiser, and I think, 5 years. I'd have to say 5 years. Okay, that's good. I'm going to read off of it. Thank you. Ever since I've been doing Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we've been a part of this. And you guys have just continued to over and over. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I know that y'all add more food each year, but you still continue to run out.
Yeah. True.
I've seen that whole bay that y'all have open. I've seen it full, and all the way down to the edge of the woods. Y'all got people with grills and stuff.
Oh yes.
And I want to commend you guys on keeping it priced in a way that people can enjoy and can afford it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people want to do things like I tell them about the rodeo, but when you get a man that's got a wife and 3 kids, he's got to be limited to where he spent his money.
Exactly.
But here's a deal where he can spend $30 and actually have 2 meals. They can eat it, and then they can make sandwiches with it the next day. And I just like when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, we get some of the stuff donated to us, and so that's why we can keep the expenses down a little bit. And people like to donate to you, but people like to get something back to you.
Yeah.
And so you donate, and plus you're getting something back, so it works real good.
It works real good, and like I was reading it off earlier, but you take Boston Butts for $30. Mm-hmm. Camp stew is $10 a quart. I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah, and it's 1 quart's more than I can eat. But,
I know it is. I know. I buy it. And then you got the barbecue plates for $8.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And eat for $8.
You won't leave hungry.
Uh-huh.
You won't leave hungry.
And then the best part about it, though, is for the fire department.
Yes. Yeah.
It's for to turn around and help somebody. I'm sure you have to have hoses, gas,
a lot of equipment,
maintenance on the equipment.
Yeah. And we're funded through a tobacco tax, and but it's not enough to do what we need, and so we depend on the fundraising to to get the rest of that, which, you know, it's expensive to run a fire department. You know, the equipment's expensive. Fire trucks, a brand new fire truck will cost you $300,000-$400,000.
Wow.
And so it's expensive.
I saw two down at the auction several years ago. I don't want to say what the price was because I don't remember, but I know they was dirt cheap. And this guy bought one, and he got it so cheap he bought the other one.
Yeah.
And to this day, I wish I had about it just to look at it at that price. But I didn't know it would go that low. And now when I hear you say that, that just made that go back off in my head again. But you know what I love about this community in Pike County and stuff like that? We take care of our own.
Exactly.
We take care of our own. I'm not even worried about this. It's good to come on here and talk about it. But man, people are going to be there and people are going to support you because you don't change.
Yeah.
You don't. You know how to treat people. You know how to talk to people. When they come there, they know what to expect. They know what they're going to get. They're going to get good camp stew, good barbecue, good Boston mutts. And when you continue to do that, you'll continue to get the support of the community.
Yeah, and plus they got the satisfaction of knowing they had supported a good cause.
A good cause, that's right. Because you never know who it may be.
It could be
your relative, it could be your friend.
Yeah.
But nobody, even if you're a good-hearted person, you don't want to see nobody struggle or lose down. You heard me earlier before I brought you on the show. I've been there. I know what that feels like. One morning, I was in high school. I went to get a poster from a little country store. I never will forget it. And when I come back, the house was engulfed in flames. And my daddy loved to hunt. And right when you go in our door, all his guns was there. And I just started taking them guns and toting them out to the thing. I was a little hero that week. But I remember going to school. And I sit there at my desk, and it hadn't hit me. I'd help my mom when she was crying. And then when I went to school, it just kind of hit me. You know, my mom tried to get me to stay at home. I said, "Oh no, I'm good." But it hit me after I sit down and I settled down that what I had on was all I had.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
And that was tough. And I remember getting back in the car that evening, and my mom had all these bags of clothes and stuff. So, you know, we was blessed. My daddy worked hard. She worked hard. But you know, what about the family that can't go replace that stuff?
Exactly.
Like that,
yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have the fire department down there. How long you been with them?
I've been chief for probably 6-7 years, but been with the fire department maybe 20. So,
now, did you live in Spring Hill?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many members y'all have?
Well, we've got about 20 members, maybe 10 is active firefighters, and you know, which we're, if it's volunteers, so if you know, a lot of them have to work other jobs. So usually, if we get a call, we can have 3 or 4 or 5 firefighters there.
Now, if a person, just say a person lives in Spring Hill, they don't have to live in Spring Hill. They live in the community somewhere around.
Yeah.
Could they join you?
Well, we would prefer they live in our jurisdiction.
So they could get there quicker.
Yeah, we can get there quicker. And yeah, anybody's welcome to come. We meet on the 2nd and 3rd Thursdays of each month. And if they're interested, they can come by and we could talk with them, and then, you know, start training them and see how it goes from there.
That was my next question. I'm sure you guys just can't just jump off in it. There's got to be some kind of training.
Yeah, there is. You know, there's a volunteer firefighter courses. The Alabama Fire College in Tuscaloosa, they work with us, and anything we want to train on, they'll set it up, and we'll get an instructor, and you know, and train on that. And so yeah, it's.
Now, will that instructor actually come to Spring Hill?
Yeah, we can get one locally, like maybe somebody from Troy Fire or somebody like that to do the class for us. But yeah, usually they're free.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was looking here at your times. It says Camp Stew will be ready. Let me put my glasses on so I get the right information. It says Camp Stew will be ready March 3rd at noon, March 4th until dawn. So the Boston Buzz can be picked up March 3rd after 6 p.m. and March 4th. Plates will be ready March 4th at 11 a.m. It said pickup location, Spring Hill, Volunteer Fire Department, 6973 Alabama Highway 87. Now, the way I read that, I want to make sure so you can kind of explain to the people. So you're saying on the 3rd at noon, they can start picking up stuff?
When we get there, that Friday the 3rd, we'll go ahead and get the butts cooking, and we'll start making camp stew, and we'll make it all day long. And so it should be ready, about say 10 or 11 o'clock the 3rd, and should have it all day, and then we'll make a few more pots the 4th, that Saturday, and until it's gone, and it always sells out. So
I know every year. Like I said, I missed it one year, and I'm gonna get a little head start on that this year. My wife likes it. They call it bondage stew in Tennessee. I'm just excited about these plates for $8. I'm excited about the camp stew, $10 a quart. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you know, but that's like this. And like you say, I don't know many people could eat a quart of it at one sitting.
Once you put your crackers in it, it's more than so.
I mean, I had a can of chicken noodle soup this morning for breakfast and a pack of Ritz crackers like that. And I was full.
Yeah.
I was full. I love soup. I love soup. I keep a couple cans of it in my desk drawer. So, Saturday, what's usually your biggest day? Friday or Saturday? I'm just curious.
Working Friday because we cook all the butts and do the camp stew Friday, so there's more work Friday. Saturday, the plates, we have a lot of ladies in the community come and get the plates going, and so Friday's the worst day on us, but both days are very profitable.
Good. So, when you get out there Friday morning, what time do y'all start? I'm just curious. These just curiosity questions, because I would imagine you had to get going pretty early.
3:30, 4. Well, they say 3:30. I'll probably be there at 4.
I noticed that y'all have a lot of different grills, so I guess everybody brings their own.
We got 2 grills, and then Wiley Sanders has always let us borrow one of theirs.
Yeah.
So we'll have 3 big grills. So.
That grill that we got, I tell you what.
Oh, it'll do it.
It'll do it.
Yeah.
It'll do it. I want me one sort of like that, but not quite that big. I cooked hamburgers and hot dogs Friday. I want to thank everybody that helped me do that. And I called it Happy Friday. And it was just exactly what I said. It was just Happy Friday. We cooked hamburgers and hot dogs, and the drivers just come up there. We did it up at the driver's house. But I didn't cook for 75. I think it was almost 200 between hot dogs and hamburgers. And I was wore out.
Yeah.
So I can imagine you guys and what you do. But isn't that a warm feeling? I know you get the same feeling when y'all cooking that as a purpose. When I was cooking it was for my drivers. And I know when you're cooking that it's for your fire department. And you do it. I like the fact that you do it there at the fire department.
Exactly. Let everybody can come in and see what
I
their
like
money
that.
does.
I think that's, when I cook for the drivers, I cook at the driver's house. Ronnie Bozeman, you know Ronnie.
Yeah.
I called him one day. I had a driver to stop by. And one of my jobs is just to try to help the drivers, not just hire them, but try to keep them assisted as long as they're there. And a lot of times, it's just a little thing. But I had one of my lady drivers, and she asked me about buying a grill to put up at the driver's lounge. So, sometime we be up there, we could just cook.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So Ronnie Bozeman, he's the special project man, and I called him, and I take my hats off to Ronnie too. And I called him and I told him about it, and he's always thinking. That's why you got different people in that puzzle as all summer. He said, yeah. He said, but either somebody gonna move it or carry it to another department or something. And your drivers ain't gonna. He said, let me think on that a minute. And so, quite naturally, I forgot. About a week later, that driver come back and asked me about it. So I hit him up about it again. Well, he hadn't forgot. He was ordering some. He did the kind you up into a state park and how they have them.
Yeah.
It just flips up. You can just sweep it out. Man, them things will cook.
Yeah.
They will cook. And he put us 2 out there. And I usually take that one and I work it, but I decided Friday next time I'm going to have another bigger one out there. But it's so good for the drivers, and we just kind of keep a little charcoal up there, a little lighter fluid, and if they want to use it, it's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
good idea.
Yeah. And it keeps them happy. It keeps them happy.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. You gotta, if you're happy, you'll do better.
Yeah. So. And that's I was leading around to you guys every time I come down there to pick up. Most time I send somebody. But when I came to pick up myself, boy, you be in there, you be smiling, and all them people around there.
I'm tired, but I'm smiling.
Yeah, you're smiling. Attitude controls your altitude.
Yeah.
Because people don't have to come, and once you mistreat a person, then they're most likely not to come back. And then there you go. You hurt your fire department. But when you treat them nicely, and once again, I say, keep it affordable. People are going to continue, and it gets to be, and you do it every year.
Yes, twice a year.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
So when people go thinking about it, oh man, they can cook that camp stuff. And when it's good, on top of that.
Some of them, they don't buy just 1 or 2. I mean, they buy it to put in their freezer. They'll buy 12, 20 quarts of it. And
I know.
Eat it all year long.
I know, and if you don't buy it, if you don't get there early, you won't get none.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get there early. I'm a person that just done missed it before, so I know what'll happen to you. I ain't nothing nobody got to tell me. I commend Derek Thompson, though. I missed mine one year, and I was going to Tennessee. And he came and got him some. He went to the house and got his and give it to me. I don't think I ever paid him back.
Maybe he forgot.
Well, if he forgot, then I'm probably going to say, now that I think about it, I think I paid him.
Yeah, he helps us out a great deal too, so we're thankful he lives in that community.
Yeah, Derek lives in there. Derek has turned out to be his granddaddy in a different body form.
Yeah.
Mr. Ira did a lot of stuff, and Derek is so much like him. And he had gave me this flyer before I had talked to you, and I actually remember Friday and called him and said, you're going to have somebody on the show. And he said, I'll take care. The more you talk about positive things, the more positive they become.
Exactly.
They become. And tell everybody, because I don't think I said it right, tell everybody the 2 days you can't worry about. Tell that again.
Yesterday and tomorrow.
And tomorrow. You can't worry about them days. I thought that was real nice. That went along with the Bible verse that Destin sent to us. Had me to read this morning. God-fearing people tend to look at little things just a little bigger. We don't take for granted of waking up this morning. We don't take for granted of getting here safely. We knew we was guided. We knew who shadowed us and took care of us. And I truly believe you would have a hard time making me not believe that the Lord has not been with y'all through what y'all been doing.
Yeah, I believe he has.
I mean, because you've been so successful with it. Nobody's got hurt. Everybody supports it every year. It's got around, like you said, twice a year to where it's just good. But at this time, I'm going to ask you to pull
Oh, goody.
a ticket for the Buck Division.
All right.
I'll let you pull a ticket for the Buck Division. I got the band. Bree Richardson.
Don't look.
Yeah, no, don't look. Ooh. Drives for Rodney Carl. I hope I say this man's name right. Sightner Norris. I know I got his last name right. Norris. And he drives truck 4101. He drives for Rodney Carl. You know the dispatchers, they keep up with this and who win. And man, for this, it looked like a couple of months, one of Rodney drivers would win it, you know. And we do this in the fairest way we know how. Each dispatcher put in their drivers. Shop has nothing but a dispatcher. It doesn't go on how many miles you run. It just goes on the relationship of you and your dispatcher feel like you should be driver of the month. And how we came to this point, I like to tell this story. I went to the doctor when I had some foot surgery, and I parked in the Employee of the Month's parking spot.
Oh, no.
And so when I would have thought, wasn't no car there and the place was open. But anyway, when I go in there, I said, I'm parked in the wrong place. And goes, where you parked there? I said, I'm parked in the Employee of the Month. I said, but I want to buy them dinner or something when they come or whatever. I said, I just didn't want to go. I had a boot on. I said, I don't want to go back up them stairs.
Yeah.
She said, swooped that out my hand and said, that's me. My car been tore up for about 3 weeks. So you never know when you're going to help somebody.
Yeah.
While the pulling is good, let's get the, this is Josh Crow division. It's the fertilizer division. And Josh Crow, he's a good dispatcher. All our dispatchers is good. He's one that will make sure his drivers get there. He will bring it down there to all right, let's see here. Michael Dansby. I know my soul Michael Dansby a truck. He drives 4514. I know Michael Dansby. All right, that's it. That's all three. So we got 3 divisions. I mean, why 3? We got the van division. That's like the over the road. And then we got the boat division. They basically haul mostly Sanders, lead company stuff, KW plastic, KW containers, KW recycle. They're always going out and coming back. And we call it the dump division. They go get the coke for the lead plant. They also haul the fertilizer. You know, we make fertilizer line. They haul it. So that's why it's 3 divisions. I think it's really fair. Sometimes when I look at that company, I thank God for letting me be a part of such a large operation.
It's a staple for this community. I mean,
yes,
it's been here a long time, and no matter where you're at, if you see a Wiley Sanders truck go down the road, you know it's like part of home. You know,
since 1959. We ain't going nowhere. When I say that, I always bump on something. That's solid. That's a long time. I did a commercial, and it's got a 59, a B59 Mac in it, and I thought, how fitting. How fitting. If you ever look at it, that black truck, that's what that is. That's a B59. That's a B59. Open the top of that. You just pick up, give me one of them out of there. All right, let's see who we got here. Arthur Gibson. I'm excited today. I love it when people win that I know. I know Arthur. Arthur is, he works in the dyno for lights, little check engine lights, APU issues, but very hands-on. You know, in my position, I need a mechanic, I need a person, I call it driver-friendly.
yes.
You know, and everybody got a job, and I wouldn't dare say nothing bad about nobody, but, you know, some people just got that knack for people. I feel like I have that knack. People can come in my office and they can be mad or whatever, but I'm going to listen to them because I've been out there, and you can get frustrated out there. You know, when you break down or something happens or your truck won't crank, you don't realize that guy in the shop office got 420 other people. You're looking at one truck. That's the one you drive.
Yeah. Oh, I've driven a truck in the past. I know how it feels. Yeah, I drove for Harris Tire, which I still work there. Years ago, and I know how it feels being side the road, broke down.
Yeah, it's a lonely feeling.
Half a day, yeah, until somebody comes and gets you. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. I remember one time. What's coming out? Larry Dunn. I'll tell you a quick little story. Yeah. So the moral of this story is sometimes you got to listen. I was on a truck, one of our trucks, and I was going to get something for the lead plant. I had the Lobo behind me. And the truck was just running along there and boom, and it just died. It got down about 10, 12 miles an hour. So they finally got me into a shop. First day the guy worked on it, I forgot what he put on it. But it took him all day.
Yeah.
I left that evening. Same thing.
Oh no.
Turn around, come back. And so Larry Dunn, I never will forget it. Larry Dunn said, "Have y'all tried the air filter?" I said, "Ain't the air filter." I said, "Something wrong with the pump." I was thinking it was in the pump. So went back to the shop. Guy worked on it again. I think they adjusted it. They did something to it. This day 3, I left again. They quit. Same thing. I was a lot younger then. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was mad, boy. I come rolling back in there, and an old man walked out there, and I was giving that mechanic the cane. I said, "I've been here 3 days," and it was a Kenworth shop. I said, "Y'all a Kenworth dealer?" I said, "Man, come on,
Fix it.
Fix the truck." And so he said, "Well," he called that old man. "Old man, come on in." He says, "Anybody put an air filter in it?" And they looked back and said, "No, nobody's put air filter." Well, now I ain't saying it ain't the air filter. That's what I'm saying. They had the big old canister air filters, and they're about 20 bolts all the way around. Man, I never will forget it. He was taking the bolts off. He sent the guy to get an air filter. So when he was going, he pulled it out. He slapped that other one in there. He tightened it up. And he said, "If it runs, you just keep going.
Yeah.
If it don't, you come back." We'll just Cadillac along. The next day, I've always been one to own up to whatever I said or did. And I called Larry Dunn the next day, and I told him, I said, "Larry," I said, "Man, you had it right day one."
Yeah.
I said, "It was
He knew what he was talking about.
He knew what he was talking about. You can't, if you can't get air, you can't run." And I never will forget that. And so from then on in, I kind of took a habit of having stuff like that, and fuel filters and little things like that. Them little old bitty things will make that truck sound like you got a big
They little, but they mean a lot.
They mean a lot to that truck. Our heart is little. Try to live with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Try to live with that. Man, I'm so proud of you guys down there at the Volunteer Fire Department.
Thank you very much.
I pray that everything just continues to go well. But I pray your tires get rust on.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I like having a small call volume because that means people are safe and not harmed. So I'm good with not getting many calls.
So tell me, and I know you have, and I don't want to get personal here, but I like excited and not excited. I like when you have to really. What is the closest? Tell me a memorable moment that you probably won't ever forget.
Gosh, there's been so many.
It's been so many. Let's pick out one.
Well, we got a dog out that fell in a well out years ago. I guess that would be.
And that person was just.
Yeah, it was. I guess that was where nobody was harmed, or it just And that was pretty neat. And
I had a calf one time. I live out on Burnout Bridge Road. I called myself trying to have cows. Couldn't find this calf. Derek Thompson. Bill Thompson was living at the time. And they told me, said, "Turn the cow loose." They said, "Just turn the cow loose and she'll go to it." Well, that cow would go just up and down the road, just freaking out, just making all of it. But it stayed in this one area. And I said, I didn't understand this. And we was looking, we was in the pastor, me and old Georgeville. And so I said, we're going to call him this pastor from one end to the other. So maybe it's stuck in something. And we started where the cow was. And it was a well.
Oh, really?
And the calf had fell down in that well. And when it would bellow out, it
sounded like it's coming somewhere else.
Coming from somewhere else. I know. So I know the experience with the dog and James Motes. James Motes come down with his tractor with my boom on it. And he looked at me and George. He said, "Well, who's going down there to put?" He made a little bag. He said, "Who's going down there to put this on him?" I looked at George and he said, "I'll do it." Well, I'm so glad.
I bet. Yeah.
I'm so glad. And he went around there and put it on him, and James got that calf out. I never will forget that.
Good deal.
So, sometimes exciting things like that do happen. I want to remind everybody one more time, because we don't want them to forget this. This starts March 3rd, which is this Friday.
Yes.
We might well just say
Friday.
this Friday
Yeah.
and Saturday. Boston Bucks, once again, are $30. You can't beat it. And they already wrapped up and just ready to go.
Yeah.
Just hand them out to you. Camp stew is $10 a quart. It'll also be packed up, ready to go. All you got to do is just come get it. Plates, they'll be in the closed plates. They're $8. Just come get it. Camp stew will be ready afternoon. And March 4th, it'll be until it's gone.
Yeah.
Until it's all gone. Y'all will start. So everything will be ready that morning. That Saturday, I'm just quit saying that. That Saturday, everything will be ready. Morning time.
Yeah.
Till it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone.
We go home.
We go home.
Yeah.
You ain't going home till the last plate is gone. What time do you usually get through on Saturday?
Well, for Friday, we get there real early and probably till about 8 that night. And then Saturday, maybe 5 that morning. Usually about 3 o'clock, we're done that afternoon. So Saturday's a shorter day, but it's usually gone by then. So.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, keep doing what you're doing.
We're gonna keep doing it as long as we can.
And I will remember, if anything you guys got going on and you need to announce, this is free to you. This show is provided by Mr. Sanders, the Sanders Truck Lines, and it's for this community. As long as it's positive.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
we deal with.
Yeah.
We just deal with positive stuff, helping one another.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
And no matter how long you stay here, one day you're going to need some help.
Yeah.
And no matter what you got, I say this all the time, I don't care what it is, from this nice shirt to that nice shirt you got on, it was on a truck at one time.
Exactly. It didn't. It got here. It didn't just appear.
Yeah, it just didn't appear. And you know, I say this all the time. Yeah, I pick on them because they pick on us. But I see these lawyers, and I think the last one I heard, they called a metallic monster. And I say to myself, I wish he could go in his closet one morning and not have one of them $500 suits. Because I know when I look in my closet, I know they the same way. Or not have tires on his car, because the tire truck, like you said, you work at Harris Tire, you deliver them tires. Them tires just don't roll up in good gear. They don't just roll up in there. Somebody got to deliver them. And I'm compassionate for trucking. It's the way I eat, and it's the way America runs.
It's been good to you.
It's been good to all of us.
Yeah.
It's been good to. You think when the pandemic was here, everything was shut down but the trucking.
Yeah.
President of our company, Mr. Parker, he always says it, that at that time, truck drivers started getting a little more recognition. Good people. I always say good people. I like to deal with good people, because good people realize, man, these folks are still. I had drivers. I got so many stories where drivers told me that the companies like toilet tissue and stuff would tell them, so when you get here tonight, call us. It was letting them come in at night and would feed them, and you know, and just trying to get stuff unloaded without having a panic. I had a couple of drivers told me they got off at off ramps, and people would be standing there with bottles of water, giving them water.
Yeah.
Because they realize this truck don't come here.
Yeah.
We don't have our necessities.
Yeah. They need them.
They need it.
Yeah.
So, and they need the file department.
Yeah.
They need you guys. You know, you don't want to need you guys,
Yeah,
but you need
I'd
you
rather
guys. That's
than
the one
not,
thing we
but,
can
yeah.
say. You don't want to need you,
Yeah.
but we need you. That's a
That
good
is
deal.
true.
We're going to stay with that. We're going to stay with that, and you can't worry about yesterday and tomorrow.
That's right.
That's going to be our...
Nothing you can do about it.
Hey, that's what we're going to have that theme for us this week. Thank you for coming. Hey, we'll see you Friday. We'll see you Saturday at Spring Hill Volunteer Fire Department. It's going to be good, good, good. Until next Monday, you have been with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you.
You're not just
And thank
we
you.
know your name, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Family owned, Troy, Alabama, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you